So in this video, we did want to show you about our iPad a little bit, and especially the Square app. That's how we take all of our payments, is through the Square app. Whether people call on the phone or whether it's through Bookio, they pay through the Square app. Whether it's through credit card, whether it's cash, it's all through the Square app. Okay, so the Square app is going to be down here on this little bottom row thing. Open it up. Now remember, you'll need to, I showed you earlier, but you'll need to connect, you'll turn on, I guess I should say, the chip reader, and that's where we're going to take most of our credit cards. If their credit card doesn't have a chip, then you're going to use the little headphone jack thing, and you're going to swipe the credit card that way. Okay, let's talk. So here's the Square app. Notice we've got little tabs on the bottom. We got a number 1 tab, that's where you're going to spend most of your time, by the way. And we've got this tab in the middle that's got some things on it that you'll need occasionally. For example, discounts. There are certain discounts that we give. There are certain times when we have coupons that are out there, stuff like that, we need discounts for. And then occasionally, very rarely, but on the bottom right, this little tab, we can enter in custom amounts. Occasionally we do need to do that, but that'll all be, if there's any discounts or if there's a custom amount that needs to be charged, it'll all be included in the notes in the When I Work app. It'll say, oh, you need to charge this amount, or oh, you need to give this group 20% off, or whatever it is. Okay, but let's go back to that number 1 tab. This is where you're going to spend most of your time. Okay, it's got all the things that we have for sale. Obviously, in the upper left there, the adult ticket, that's kind of our most common thing. And specifically, that adult ticket is the $20 one, as in if there's 4 or more people in a group, you charge them $20. We've got our, moving to the right, we've got our kids ticket. So between the ages of 5 and 10, they're charged $15. You just click on that if you were charging them a kid ticket. And then to the right, we've got another type of adult ticket, the $25 ticket. And that $25 is charged whenever the group is between 2 and 3 people. Okay. Now, by the way, for future reference, 99% of the time, the group will have paid for at least 2 people. That's kind of our policy. They need to pay for at least 2 people before we reserve the room for them. Okay? But occasionally there are some exceptions. If it's like friends of the family or something like that, maybe we won't make them pay ahead of time. Or if it's a walk-in group that hasn't reserved at all, well, then you're going to have to make them pay. And so anyway, those three items on the top row, those are the most common things that you're going to use. The middle row is all of our merchandise that we have in the lobby. We have shirts for sale, short sleeve shirts for sale, long sleeve shirts for sale, hoodies for sale, onesies for sale. We've got signs posted in our lobby with all the prices. And if you look at that bottom row, you can kind of see on a couple of them, they're the same things, except they're the escape price. Okay, so if a group escapes, they get about $5 or so off of our normal price, give or take. Okay, $3 or $4 actually, depending on the item. So anyway, we've got a bunch of different items. Try a little bit of a side note, really, but try and sell those shirts and long sleeve shirts and hoodies and onesies. Try and sell those things. And the way that I always pitch it, you don't have to put a lot of pressure on people, but if they escape, tell them, oh, since you escaped, you get the escape price, and you get $3 or $4 off of the normal price for our items. Okay, so that entices some people. They can't pass up a good sale. And for others that don't escape, I always tell them, I'm going to be honest with you. If you come back and if you try one of our other rooms and you escape, then you can get $3 or $4 off. You're welcome to buy a shirt or a hoodie or whatever now, by all means. But if you want to come back and try one of the other rooms, it might give them a little bit of kind of extra incentive. It's almost kind of psychological, like they have to come back and get that discount almost. Okay, so let's say that you're working a shift and 2 people have already paid and we're expecting 2 more people, so that means that we're going to charge, whenever they get in the store, you're going to charge them 2 adult tickets. You click on it twice and there you go. See in the upper right hand, it says charge $43.30, so tax is already included. If that's it, then you just go ahead and you click charge and this screen is going to come up. As far as we're concerned, there's only 2 ways that people are going to pay for tickets. They're either going to pay with cash or they're going to pay with credit card. If they pay with cash, you see that row up here, it's got different amounts. It's got $43.30, so exact change, or $44 or $45 or $50, or you can click custom, and if they give you a $100 bill, well, you enter in the custom amount, okay? And then once you do that, the next screen is gonna have the amount that is due in change, and so you get them their change. I'm not gonna actually do that right now because it would charge. It would look like on our Square app that we just made $43.30 when in all reality we didn't. So by the way, occasionally this has happened, but occasionally people have accidentally charged people with cash and they end up paying with credit card, and if it goes through, it looks like we made $43.30 and we really didn't, and that $43.30 will not be in our money drawer. So long story short, what we have in the Square app won't match up with what's in the money drawer, so it could look like you're stealing money or something like that. Well, if you accidentally enter in a cash payment, please make sure that you quickly, within a reasonable amount of time, within a couple hours or so, you just let us know that you did that and you made that mistake. It's okay, it's not the end of the world, but we just need to know, so that way what should be in our bank account and what is in our drawer, it matches up, okay? Okay, so that's the cash payment. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. If it's a credit card, all you've got to do is turn on the card reader, the chip reader, insert the card, and another screen's going to come up. Again, I'm not going to actually do it, okay? But another screen's going to come up and it'll say processing and approved and okay, remove the card, so remove the card and you're good to go. And it'll typically ask for, it'll ask the customer if they want a receipt. So you ask them and say, hey, do you want a receipt? You've got 2 options. You can text the receipt to the customer, or there's an email option. They can enter in their email and you can send it to them that way, or there's a button that says no thanks and they won't get a receipt, and most people just choose to not get a receipt. You never know, but there is an option to send a receipt to them through text or through email, okay? If they don't have a chip, well then again, insert it into the little swipe thing, insert it into the headphone jack and swipe the card, and same thing, it'll say approving, blah blah blah. Now that being said, there are a lot of times when I've had to swipe a card, maybe 25-30% of the time that I've had to swipe a card where it won't read that magnetic strip anymore, it's damaged or whatever. Okay, so what do you do whenever it can't read that magnetic little strip? Well, you have this option right below cash. You have this option of manual credit card entry. So I'm going to click on it, and you enter in their credit card, and there'll be another little thing that comes up where you enter in the expiration date, and you enter in the 3-digit code on the back and their zip code, and then you can click charge, and it'll charge just fine, no problems there. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so we're going to click that back arrow, we're going to X out of this. We're back to our first screen where we're charging items, okay? Let's say that you made a mistake and you should have only charged 1 adult ticket. We'll click where it says current sale. There's a little drop down that comes up, and you can click on adult ticket and drop it down to just 1. If say it was a youth group that doesn't get taxed. Say it was a school trip that doesn't get taxed. And this will be in the notes, by the way, if we know ahead of time that it's a youth group or we know ahead of time that it's a school function. You can click on, see where it says taxes, the sales tax. You can click on that and the taxes go away. Okay. For now, I'm going to put that back. We can apply all of our discounts this way as well, by the way. You see that? So, and if you just didn't mean to charge at all, you can always just go back down to 0. And we start over again. Okay, and we're back to square one. All right, so that is pretty much it for the square. Oh, actually, that's not true. Let me go to the custom amount. Okay, so it's not too complicated. This bottom right-hand tab, and for a large group, I might just give you a number instead of entering in a whole bunch of different tickets. Okay, especially if they're discounted. So $300. Okay, so notice it charges, it brings it up to $324.75. If it was a large group and it was a youth group, again, you could click that current sale and you could, click that current sale and click on tax, better yet, and you could get rid of their tax, okay? Or if you, for some reason, change your mind, you can reset tax. And anyway, there's a lot that you can do. If you messed up and just want to start over again, you can click on that little arrow and clear items, and there you go. You're back to square one. Again, most of the time, this bottom left-hand tab is where you're going to be. This little menu over here, you're pretty much never going to use. That's kind of for our purposes as the owners on our side. You don't really need that a whole lot. It's pretty much going to be right here. Okay, so that is the Square app. Let's take a look at one or two other things real quickly. This won't take too long, but let's say that you have a group that's supposed to be there at 2:30 and it's 2:40 and they still haven't shown up, and you try to get a hold of me and you haven't been able to get a hold of me. You can go to our Gmail over here, and if they booked online, they may not have, but if they booked online, you can scroll down and kind of find where they booked. And here's a good example. The website that we use is Bookio, so find the Bookios, the emails from Bookio, and you go in there and you see you've got emails and phone numbers as well as all sorts of other information about the customer. Okay. So you might need that occasionally, very rarely, but occasionally you might need that. Let me think. I think the only other thing, okay, two other things. I just remembered another thing. Whenever you're taking your group's picture at the end, okay, after they've escaped or not escaped, it doesn't matter. They'll take a picture in front of our giant sign in the lobby. I would recommend that you just go ahead and use your own phone, assuming that you have a Facebook account. And actually, I would probably just do it anyway. Just take pictures with your phone, okay? If you take a picture on your phone and you don't have a Facebook account, just text me that picture. Okay, and I will post it for you. If you did take one with the iPad, just remember to post it before you leave. And you can use our Facebook app on the iPad. My wife, Jolie, her account is linked to this, and so you can post on Plainview Escape Rooms page. Okay, so I'm just going to go to Facebook real quick and show you. All right. But you're going to go to, looks a little bit different on my iPad than it does on my phone, but I think we're going to go to menu. Yep, that's right. And go to Plainview Escape Rooms, our Facebook page. And from here, it's pretty common sense. But you'll go to make a post, click on photo, video, click the picture that you just took. You get the idea. Write something clever about it, about how, oh, they did so well and they escaped with 5 minutes to spare, and they come back and play some more rooms, you know, stuff like that. Just kind of be a little cute and creative. If they didn't escape, you know, try and make it sound good, even if they didn't do well. They were minutes away, even though they may have been 20 minutes away, just they're minutes away. And some groups really do get close. So, yeah, just kind of something a little bit creative. You know, they managed to solve all of the puzzles and mental mayhem and prove that they were sane, and they managed to pass all the tests in the zombie room and prove they didn't have the zombie virus, you know, stuff like that, just whatever is kind of clever and cute. All right, and then post it. All right, so we'll get out of the Facebook app. And the only other thing, this almost never will come up anymore because we have a TV now in our lobby to show people videos, but just in case there's a lot of groups going at the same time, if you go to the photo app, we do have, let me go back, and we do have albums down there at the bottom. We have an album for each one of our rooms, okay? And so you click on it, for example, Mental Mayhem, and you open it up and you've got the rules and info video that you're going to show before every game, and then you've got our the other one is kind of what we call our trailer that kind of explains the theme of the game. Okay, so you'll show them both of those videos, but like I said, that's very rare. But occasionally if there's 2 or 3 or 4 groups going and we need to get them in a little bit quicker, instead of waiting to use the TV, we might take one group to the back in the hallway or something like that and show them their video on the iPad. All right, so that pretty much is it as far as the iPad is concerned.